Hello and welcome everyone to part 62 of the Empire Total War Great Britain Darthmod Let's Play. We continue with me sallying out from Madrid against the French forces, and I don't know where France is actually going to form up, to be honest. So I would actually like to push out of the fort and attack them, because I find that will be probably the most effective way of dealing with them. I think they're going to be out over here. They have a lot of cannon, which is why I'm not exactly looking to move out too quickly, if I'm perfectly honest with you. I think they're going to be over here. I think. Over in this direction. But if not, then I might be in a wee spot of trouble. We'll start with my cavalry out here at least, because they can form back in quickly. Oh no, that infantry unit should be in with these guys. I thought I had 6 units. Nearly 6 full units, one of them 179, but I'm going to include them in my lineup. And this group 4, we're going to keep you back in the fort over here, along with my general. So let's let the battle begin. Let's see where they form up. They form up where I expected them to. So if we can, we're going to push out very quickly, because the enemy probably will not come out to us, because obviously I am selling out to the enemy here. Thankfully, my howitzers can all fire. Oh, and that took out some horse artillery. So let's have a look at the French forces arrayed against us. They have colonial light cav, colonial infantry, colonial militia, 2 more units of colonial line, the general's bodyguard, and then the mounted tribal auxiliary, along with several howitzers and 12-pounder cannons, I believe. Carcass shot, I'm going to wait for them to get in range a little bit more, and then we should do a nice bit of damage to the cavalry, although it's already firing, and this should cause a wee bit of death for all that cav. Infantry, please run, do not walk out of here. I'm going to bring my tribal auxiliary cav over here. My infantry are going to need to form up over here very quickly, because we've got an onslaught of enemy cav, which I'm just going to form up with 1 unit to start with. The rest of them can all stop. It's going to form square with several units. It's not going to work amazingly well, but in they come. I'll bring my own tribal auxiliary cav over to help out. These guys are trying to form square if they can. Form up, just form up square. It's going to be horribly organised, but it should hopefully work. We've managed to push back the enemy general there, and we're going to charge into these guys very soon. Why are you still running? I told you guys to form square. But anyway, we're going to take them off, fire at will. We're going to flank round. They are routing, which is good. In comes my cavalry. And they're going to be gone. We'll get them all out of square, and then quickly... No, I said get you out of square. Oh, I suppose I've got to do it individually, which is just absolutely fantastic. So now trying to form up with all my infantry. Not going to plan. Got to form up with them once we've already been attacked. So I'm trying to distract the enemy with my cavalry, which is going to pull out over here. Come on, keep running. We'll have you toggle fire at will. The howitzers should be firing in here very shortly. I'm hoping. And my infantry should be forming up very soon as well. And the reason why I'm not letting them come to the walls is, 1, because I'm sallying out. Yes, I could have had them up here firing some cannons, but in line, my troops should, have the upper hand and should be able to claim the victory. So that's why I'm pushing out, probably taking some extra losses here and there, but I'm going for it. My men are formed up here. They should be able to start firing very soon against the Chasseurs de Bois and the native bowman auxiliary, which is coming straight at me here. They're going to fire their bows and then hopefully die. I'm going to try and flank around with the cavalry here. We're going back for these artillery at the back. Thankfully my house is still able to fire, should do a nice bit of damage, and we're going to push up these 2 units here, running them into formation, spread 3 ranks deep so they'll be at maximum effectiveness, and oh, in goes those howitzer carcass shots. Take out the general's bodyguard if we can with 1 unit of auxiliary, while the other one goes down to take out the howitzers and enemy artillery. And across the line here, we're just forming up. These guys look like they're coming for us, and we're going to push on around straight away, no messing, just going to start the flanking. With these units over here, we can actually start doing that already, because the enemy's given us the opportunity to do that. Yeah, we can pull round, and with these guys actually going to be able to spread them a little bit more across. Just reforming. These guys should be able to start firing on the flanks. There we go. Lovely stuff. Pushing the artillery back there. General's shattered but not dead just yet. I'm going to try and see if we can get a volley off into him. See him away. This will solidify our presence in France. A few of them have stopped behind. I don't know if the general's included in this. Doesn't look like the chap is. Looks like he will be down here somewhere. I can't really tell. There he is. They're taking shots now. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like any of them got the general, so we're not going to bother chasing them. We're going to come back in here and attack the militia. They're all routing, but I'm going to keep my cavalry about because we want to kill as many of them as possible so this army doesn't get away easily. We want them all dead and dying. Thankfully, we've been able to deploy against the enemy rather nicely now, spread out into a kill box, which is a killing zone in the middle, which is what I wanted to do all along. I now get my wish after that little scrap with the cavalry. We managed to push out and do rather well, don't think, taking too many losses, and I find this far more effective than holding up on the walls. Going to continue though, even if it is at, you know, crazy fast forward speeds. Just get involved there with the cavalry, bringing as many of them down as possible. And that reminds me, howitzers, limber up, because I don't want to risk you killing all my cavalry, please. Keep going after them. Cavalry over here, they're firing away as they charge in too. And they've seen a fair chunk of that unit go. Likewise over here we've managed to see a fair few infantry units off. Trying to chase over here, see if we can get any of the remaining units before they go over the red line. We're going to catch up to this one here. These guys I do believe are going to make it to the red line of safety and sanctuary for now. But these guys not so lucky. And will die. Hit them off fire at will, just for this bit where we scrap on in with all my guys. Going to make sure we finish off the entire unit here. 2 men remaining. There's penance for the French, thinking that they could attack us and win. And we have a decisive victory. And it is back to the campaign map with that. Load me back to that lovely campaign map. And we only lost 243, destroyed the French forces there, 311 remaining, most kills gained by the auxiliary, and that unit pulls back there. French utterly destroyed. Madrid is mine, and I can't replenish because I'm out of funds. I really need to sort that out. We've taken Gibraltar with the skeleton force putting back there. Portugal, once we replenish, we're going to move out from there too. I'm going to bring my rake. We'll bring him up to southern France, keep an eye on this army here actually. And I don't think we're planning on doing anything else just yet. We pulled in with this whole army here. Oh no, we were thinking.
Siege works underway.
Obviously, what happens here? The thing is, if they attack us here, we actually get our reinforcements coming in, which would work rather well. But again, I don't want to attack them because you know how badly that happens. If these guys all decide to come and attack me, this army should be able to hold them off. So I'm going to let the enemy come to me for this one. Got to watch out for the French forces over here, but we're pulling this army here. We can't attack this army just yet, so I don't know what they'll do. But if not, we're heading straight for Strasbourg. Paris still has 2 more turns. Over in the Americas, we're just solidifying for a few turns. We need to put some money into these guys over here to hold them back. Spain will, well, they'll sally out this turn to attack us, so let us end the turn and see if we can get through an end turn phase in this part. May not happen because I think there are quite a few battles we will have to fight. Oh, and they're skipping past me, coming straight up towards Paris. Interesting. And France sending some forces to Amsterdam as well to reinforce. Will depend if they're going to be effective or not, depending on what Spain does during their own phase. France moving some ships around. And looks like they're coming in with this army here. Oh, they are going to deploy against me there. And that's going to get. May well be that I'm probably going to lose some forces in the Netherlands there, because I don't think I can fight off all those. Well, actually, I say that. If I can push quickly, well, no, I'd have to push quickly this turn, take out both Paris, Strasbourg, and the Rhineland all in one go to defeat those armies and stop them attacking me. Oh, no, they're going to come attack me here, and they're going to try and take out my garrison here with some reinforcements. Thankfully, I have my own reinforcements here. This could take out a huge chunk of the Spanish force. If I do that, then I might be able to help out the French ones over there. So, we're going to do this. We're going to fight this battle against Spanish forces coming in to attack us, and if we can push them back here, this should make things a little bit easier in the Netherlands, in obviously Amsterdam, but it may well be that we have to just try and kill as many of the French and Spanish forces, combined forces, in Amsterdam as possible, but ultimately will be a defeat there, but that should whittle them down, just giving me enough time to capture their other territories, which will result in all their units dying anyway. So hopefully that will be a good thing. And on the battle map, which is obviously my favourite part of the battle map, of the well, yes, there we go, kind of spoke for itself there. We'll just form these guys up here. Where are my reinforcements coming? I assume my reinforcements are coming in from behind. Are there any garrison buildings? Garrisonable buildings over here. There's a farmhouse. So I don't think they've got any artillery. Just lots and lots of infantry. Yeah, so we're going to head over to the town over here. See if we can jump in one. Okay, that seems to have glitched them, not making them run properly. Looks like all my units here are going to die. I don't know why my reinforcements are not coming into the battle. I would like them to appear any time now, would be absolutely lovely. Just putting my troops back here. Come on, run, chaps. This would be the best time not to be awkward with your pathfinding, otherwise I'm going to be slaughtered by all this cavalry that's coming towards me. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing all my reinforcements coming. I'm trying to get the Farlock citizenry in there actually, because at least my units here can form square. But it seems they've gone the most roundabout way of pathfinding up to get there. Putting them in guard formation so that they try not to deviate too much from their own path. Only obviously half of them can actually get in there, but there may only be half of them left by the time they actually get here. And I'm now going to form a very awkward square. No, we can't form square here, it's too awkward, and my guys as a result are going to take a bit of punishment from cavalry. Balls. Terrible. Where are my reinforcements? These guys, I didn't really care about these guys because I was just waiting for my reinforcements to come on in. So have I wait for these guys to die, or what, really? Oh, there we go. Try and form square over here now. With all the enemy units inside, we've got a heroic death from my general. That's routed my troops. Building captured. Where are my reinforcements, though? That's what I want to know. Where the frack were my reinforcements? I thought I had reinforcements for that battle. Did I not have reinforcements? I'm very confused. Because we have them all here, but they didn't turn up. Did I have to wait longer in the battle for them to turn up? I honestly don't know. But we lose 800 men, which is obviously my garrison force there. And that army pulls back. At least that's now supporting my army up in Amsterdam. Terrible deployment there. I should have deployed in the city to try and form up a little bit. But, you know, I was just hoping on the fact of keeping the enemy occupied, or just, you know, throw away those units because they're garrison. So I'm now rather confused. And now Spain, well, it's pushing straight out of Brussels. And I'm being attacked here. That's fine. We will fight this one, and we will put the enemy down. Now, some people did comment saying, why don't you auto-resolve some of these battles? Because they're probably going to be kind of tedious and repetitive. But the thing is, my only option is actually just not to record the battle, but still fight it myself. Because those of you that have watched the series for a long time and played Empire yourselves, even with Darthmod, the auto-resolve is incredibly unreliable unless it's, you know, so heavily skewed in your favour. It will not do you any favours. So the only time you'll see the auto-resolve in this is when it is so potently in my favour that I will definitely win. Otherwise, I'm just going to end up losing a lot of troops, and probably losing the battle, because unfortunately the auto-resolve is not that great. Rome 2's auto-resolve is pretty darn good, actually. That's something I have no issue with in Rome 2, but in Empire, not so much. Anyway, let's form these guys up. The usual method. 2 groups. We'll have one along the front here of the oh-so-lovely Star Fort with chicanes, or these barricades. I'm going to spread them along a little bit further, actually. These barricades in the front, sort of cavalry stakes or something. The rest of my infantry form up in group 2, and we're going to have them over here, even if the enemy isn't forming up there. Well, that's a shame, but yeah, we're going to form up over there. Stakes out again. Light infantry. You've even got the light infantry behaviour now, which is good. And they have perhaps my favourite defence ever, which is the what's it called? Furgas, or whatever it is. But that is such a cool thing. I don't know if the enemy will actually attack me over here. I really hope they do, just to show this off. Okay, let's start the battle there. Take these guys off fire at will, actually. I just hope the enemy comes towards me here, because this stuff basically, when they step on it, you see it's marked red. It's kind of like mines. It explodes all over the place. Just buried slightly under the surface, hoping the enemy is going to come out towards us here. Spanish militia, they have a few troops over here. So, the ones over here, let's descend upon them with my horde of infantry, and then we'll climb the walls or what have you. Force the enemy out to us. They don't seem to have any artillery, which I'm rather pleased about. It's normally the bane of my life and existence, and unfortunately the enemy is not coming towards us here. So we're going to push forward with all these troops. We won't get to see the amazing defences here, unfortunately. Fire at will re-engaged on these guys. Can they not move now? What is wrong with you? Let's take you off pike wall then, and then get you to move. So all my infantry forming up should just be... Oh, they're just getting out of range, unfortunately. So we're going to pull these guys around as quickly as we can. They're up against mounted auxiliary anyway. They will start causing problems. Let's get the Lightfoot round as well. We've got more infantry coming in here, more garrison militia. We're clipping away at them with my tribal auxiliary, which is a good thing. I'm going to pull up with the pikes as well. Put all these guys in square. Should catch the tribal auxiliary out when they eventually form up. And now let's start climbing these walls and getting inside, at least claiming the gates. We've sent these guys packing. Set all these guys to climb up the walls, which will probably pull some of the militia over, but that's fine. Once we capture one wall, we can just storm in the gates of the others, which will be what I leave these guys to do. These guys are broken. Fire at will, on, off again. Firing all the way against these guys. My light troops having some fun. Being clipped this one though, which is not good, by the line infantry behind. So we're going to pull them out of the way. Pull them all round. Pull my cavalry in as actually for a quick charge, if we can. While these guys form up, I'm actually going to get them to form up over here. Now push them all the way up, so that they can shoot on the next unit of militia up the top. I'm just going to bring the cavalry in. I've taken them off the attack charge so they don't run down and kill any of my own troops while they're just running through. Managed to fire a few shots. Good volley there, and Now is when we give them the charge, knock a few of my troops over, I think killing a few. Most of them look like they're getting back up again, but this should finish off that unit quite well. Oh, and their cavalry's coming around over here, which is going to catch a few of my troops still climbing the walls. I think they're not going to charge though, which is a good thing. So let's get these guys out of square, bring them around, face off against them. I wouldn't bring my general in there, that'd be suicidal for my general. I'm going to try and flank round with my cavalry on these guys, while my light troops have some fun. Send my pikes over to this bit because once we capture the... well, we have already captured, which is good. So now let's send in the infantry at the bottom here, along with these guys. In you go. Bring the infantry round against them there. We're already getting on the walls with a lot of the infantry now. We're just going to let them all form up, happily settle up, turn around to face this unit up here, which I thought would come back. In fact, no, we're going to have to split. Didn't realise there was another unit of auxiliary around here. So we're going to form up against them while the rest of my troops get up on the walls, and then we can deploy. Meanwhile, my light infantry firing on these guys over here. Charge in with my cav. Tell these guys to quickly hold fire. In we go with the tribal auxiliary, charging into the militia. These guys still firing though. I did tell them, well, I can't tell them to stop actually. For whatever reason, they're not going to let me stop. So I might as well leave them at fire at will, get my cavalry out of there. Get the pikes in. And we're starting to climb it. Well, we're trying to get through the gates, but we have the... oh no, we just got to wait for the gates slowly and kind of epically open. Get these two units if we can to go through this gate up here. And just form up in front of the enemy while I've got the rest of them forming up here. And then we'll form up on the ground, but I'm going to wait for all of them to get on the wall first, because it seems to glitch if they're not all up there first. Push them back there. We're going to push up with another unit here. We'll wait for them all to get up on the walls nicely. It pulls the whole enemy army over here anyway, which does me a bit of a favour. My light troops still firing away at the militia. I'm going to bring my cavalry in for a rear charge, and they should be able to fire a nice volley in there too at the same time. In they go. Charging, that should see them shattered and broken. Light troops, it's time to send you in. Inside them walls. Probably actually put you in the building here. Pikes in the gap here. And thankfully my infantry have got in too. We have been engaged here actually by quite a lot of colonial militia, which is quite disturbing. 2 units in fact. Let's take them off guard mode. Let's just go for it, lads. Go nuts. You 2 units, run for once in your lives, please. That would be great. How many more have we got for you to climb up? Not too many. We push those 2 units back. We're just going to leave them here defending because they're both broken rather than being absolutely shattered. Just push them up in a straight line now. These guys are nearly all there. We're just going to leave them up there. It's firing keeps the enemy distracted for now. There's no point trying to form them up when they're not all there. And we're going to have a bit of a slaughter on our hands here as we can form square. Pull these guys back. Unfortunately, my lovely units decided that they're going to come up in about 3 different ways, so it's going to work incredibly well. Thankfully, my infantry is forming up here, though, which is a good thing. Pike wall and attack with the pikes, obviously. You can slowly march on forward. My light infantry are slowly working out how to get in here. And if that wasn't enough, we're going to bring the cavalry in now. Beating back the militia though, which is a good thing. And I've got plenty of units up on the wall. In fact, enough of them got up on here to form up properly now. Try and form up with this unit, but there's just too many of them to get the pathfinding right. And unfortunately this unit is going to die a painful and horrible death. This one out here though thankfully did the right thing and listened to me. Well, I can't push in the bottom yet, but that has pulled several units across. We're making progress over here. So we can start taking them out. And these guys really need being brought round to be effective, rather than at such the awkward angle that they're currently at. These guys holding the militia back, which is good. Pushing in with the pikes, which will cause all sorts of trouble. These guys just holding in to the very end there. Get those guys to form up like so. These three units, if we can, we're going to try and get them forming up down on the ground because they're in a pretty good location. These two units can come on in as well. Not that they'll be of any use. We should have won the battle long before they get here. Auxiliary cab, please don't fire there. That's a terrible spot for you to fire from. You two units pull around, form up while my pikes have a go at these guys here, which are getting shot in the back now. My pike's doing a grand old job breaking them there. Now we do a fun job of running them back, and then we tell the skirmishers not to fire at will, but we just pull them all in for now. Cavalry charge in over here. My brave colonial line of foot are fighting to the very end. We might not, don't think we'll be able to save them, but we're going to charge in for the Empire at least. Anyway, managed to break one unit of militia here. Pushing up on the next one. In comes my cavalry charge. Not firing at these guys, not worrying about it yet. Oh, 6 of them left. Brave unit, but that charge has been rather effective against the colonial militia. And the general's bodyguard that's stuck in there. And we're now going to pull back out because my line of tree is formed up rather nicely. I'm going to get these guys in the buildings behind them. Work as a rear guard. Should be rather useful. Have the pikes holding up the middle. My cavalry can freely run away over here, pulling the general's bodyguard hopefully right into the firing line of my colonial infantry. Building captured, barracks, yep, thank God. And now the general's bodyguard should be opened up rather a fair bit. Those units actually have come in a lot quicker than I thought they would. If you guys could survive this, I would suggest you three run straight out the gates. We've got the cavalry charging in against us all over here. Let's take... They are off fire at will. General's bodyguard is broken. Let's see if we can finish them off though. And bring these 3 lovely units round to face off against the enemy here. That would be the enemy general dying. Over here we've managed to push back yet another unit of militia. Started routing and wavering. Going to form up in this little corner here. Start firing on the militia as they stand. These guys up on the walls have been doing a grand old job. We're going to try and bring them down now. Cavalry, no. Pull out of the battle line. You're back here now. Infantry units here, if we can. Just going to pull them down the bottom. We're now just going to push forward with these 3. Managed to get in the front gate, and it's just this one unit left here, which is taking a lot of fire now from all sides. And they're going to break very shortly. Apparently there's a unit over... No, they're routing. And they've gone. That is a victory from all sides. And what's coming over here? No, General running for his life. Another victory for the mighty British forces. We end their heroic victory. Huzzah and well done. Huzzah and well done indeed. And there we go. The enemy lost 2,897. I lost 1,000 of my 5,000 force. Just about anyway. 1,100. I'm surprised they're not doing anything at Amsterdam because they're well reinforced with French forces there. But I'm probably speaking a bit too soon. They could well push out and attack. All depends on what order they're doing things. No, they're going to come out and attack us here. So, yet another quick, hopefully a quick battle here. They're attacking, coming to us. And we should gain yet another settlement because of it. Which is helping to chip away at the colonial empire in the Americas. And actually, all of this has, the initial strike was quick strikes on Spain, but because they've spread out little empires in Europe as well along the North African coast, they didn't instantly die when I took them out of Madrid and there are other territories around there, Gibraltar and Morocco. So the war is lasting a little bit longer there. But that's great because they've got such a large empire and that empire hasn't split in two and formed up their own territories. They're still having to pay full whack for even their overseas colonies, which probably will be getting them a fair little bit of income. But I'd like to think I'm disrupting that a hell of a lot right now, which can only obviously piss them off to a lovely extent. So if I'm achieving that, I am a happy chap. So we are just going to form up here. I think the enemy should come to us. We're going to flank around with cavalry. Give it some waypoints to move on up to. Keep my general in the middle. And just see if we can push around on the flank of the town a little bit. Just to kind of force the enemy to us. Ah, they have some oh so lovely mortars. As I had hoped they wouldn't, but they do. And that's going to hurt. And I'm hoping they're going to push forward. But otherwise, I'm actually going to sort of say, sod this, we're moving forward to them, because by the time, if I allow their mortars to keep on fighting me, they're going to do a lot of damage. So, let's push up on the enemy, take the battle to them. Not that I'm in a rush or anything, but probably still be able to quite comfortably take them out by pushing up anyway. It allows me to push up. There we go. It's an awkward stance for the Hessian line troops, I believe. The Hessian troops? Yes, they are. But it should work out okay in the end, with this unit of line infantry bridging the gap between the two, creating some nice flanking fire. I'm not going to bring up my general, even though he'll give me a nice general's aura boost, because I don't want them being taken out by the mortars. I'll wait until my dragoons flank around, take them out. Obviously dragoons not particularly great cavalry, they're more for pulling them around quickly, getting everyone to dismount and then fire in the flanks, but they are useful at least for taking out secluded units of artillery, which I'm hoping will occur very soon, although they are bringing a general's bodyguard back, so I may well want to dismount anyway. See what they're doing with the garrison militia here, because I may have to charge in with my Hessian troops. Oh, you're normal line infantry. Where are you guys? Oh no, you're the Hessian troops. You should be up here though. Dragoons, you should be running. Now we do have the enemy general up here. You can see what they do when they see my dragoons incoming, because they're in a great spot to actually dismount there and start firing into the general's bodyguard. If we put them in diamond formation and charge in, we may be able to push them back. My light troops, let's bring them around. Okay, no, the general's not going for it, so let's charge in against those mortars. And I can actually now push up my general in the centre, because by the time my general gets up there, I'm very much hoping those mortars will be out of the picture. They are putting general's bodyguard over. But charge in, charge, charge, charge. Go for it now, my dragoons. You've committed. So take those mortars down, take the artillery down, and you'll be home in time for Christmas, unless that general's bodyguard turns on you, in which case you'll have a lot of pain to go through. The other artillery units actually had to pull back; they've been disrupted in their quest. And I'm going to pull the Hessian troops up to help out, kill the enemy general bodyguard before I lose all my dragoons. But my dragoons, I think they're probably going to do it. We're just outnumbering the enemy here. Start flanking around. Garrison militia here, slowly coming on in. Firing at them through the clearings and gaps they're getting. I'm going to flank them with this unit here as well. General's bodyguard is quite a tough old nut to crack. They are not going to go down easily. pulling on in though. They're taking a fair few of my dragoons, but then it's because they're not cavalry. Pull my light troops up to engage with the colonial militia. But these guys are going to start pushing around as well on those guys over on the left. Got a good range of fire on the militia now here, and we should be able to fire onto the general's bodyguard very shortly. Here we go. Not too many kills to that volley, but it should be enough to turn the tide in our favour. I've got the artillery crew coming in for a charge, and my dragoons are starting to waver because they're scared of the gunshots, but we've shaken the enemy general, so we're going to continue chasing him down and get my infantry now just to turn. And actually no, we'll fire on the flanks of the militia here. No, they're pulling back, so we'll just form up like so. Get them in diamond formation if they can, a bit late. But it should help a little bit. We're pushing back the troops in the middle. The militia's gone there, so let's turn this unit round. They've got nowhere to run, so we don't need to worry about them going anywhere. Pull in with these troops. And now our dragoons going in diamond formation. We're waving the general's bodyguard. Once they all break, it is game over for them, because this is their final turn before they have to surrender, and they will all die. Don't need to worry about chasing them after this battle either, which is nice. Trying to finish off the last of the colonial troops there. My light infantry getting some volleys off quite nicely. Take these guys out of diamond formation now. Charge after them there. General's bodyguard is broken and running. But the militia has come back. Let's pull my 2 units round, ready to engage the militia. And across the middle, my dragoons are making fun work of these guys. We're going to charge after the general's bodyguard, though it's wavering, but needs a little bit more persuasion in the shape of a nicely timed charge to persuade them that it is not their day to stand and fight. Even if they really want to, and even if they're going to kill a few more of my dragoons in the process, they need to all die. Likewise, the militia over here needs to know that it is a militia unit and not a trained infantry unit, and they will equally all die. Still having a bit of problems convincing this general's bodyguard to leave the field of battle, but we're now bringing up some line infantry to finish off the rest of the colonial line over here, along with my light troops. You can see the volleys going down here, and I should see these guys away any moment. General's bodyguard finally breaking. We now just have the militia over here that need breaking. Should be able to get a volley off very soon with my 2 Hessian line infantry units. Gonna let them have a volley, and then we're gonna actually charge on in. Unless that doesn't finish them off. Next rank, 3rd rank will get their volley, and then we charge, but they're wavering. So this should finish them, and that would be game, set, and match. Bar for the unit over here that decided it wants to come back, but they're already wavering once more. They just need to face 1 volley and they should be fine, or a nicely timed charge from the dragoon cavalry. Trying to form up, but this is not going to end well for them, and they've broken in the face of that charge from my cav. And that's game over for these guys over in the colonies. End the battle, a heroic victory. Back to the campaign map. Yeah, we'll see if we get through this intern phase, or if whether there's going to be another attack at Amsterdam. And we have a victory. The enemy lost all bar 200, and we lost 500 of our men. And that's all Spain wrote for this turn, so we're going to continue through the rest of the end turn. Ottomans and Russia, normally having the longest here. Ottomans went through rather quickly. Russia, I have a feeling, are going to be spending some time because they're still trying to work out what is going on between them and Austria. And I will be implementing a new kind of editing system template at least for my Total War videos from the 4th of January onwards. Just using that date rather than kind of just implementing it all over the place without me kind of stating it before. I'm giving you guys obviously that date, and from then it will be a bit more of a well edited piece without all these long loading times left in. But at least at the moment I'm kind of doing slightly longer parts anyway, so that's kind of making up for the longer loads here. Let's have a look at the situation of what's going on before we wrap this part up. Are we at the other side of the end-turn phase? If Russia ever decides that they want to do something rather than just checking out the pirates that are here, the Spanish fleet that is looting, causing some piracy over in the Straits of Madagascar. But no, Russia are having a very lovely time there. It's really annoying because if I... Well, it'll all be explained in my vlog on the 4th of January. And that will outline all the little editing changes that I want to make. But seriously, Russia, if you don't load soon, I am going to edit your face out right now. Come on, the Ottoman end-turn bug used to be bad, but Russia... Load, Russia, load! Feel free to skip forward in the video right now, guys, because nothing's happening. Come on, Russia! It's literally only taking like a minute on your turn. And we're not even in Russia seeing some troops move around. This is poor, Russia. This is very poor. I'm not annoyed, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, Russia. What's going on? There we go. It was the guilt from feeling the disappointment from me. But yes, all that and extra loading time will be all sorted out from the 4th of January. But I use that time to explain that anyway. So, we have a lot of things going on. Enemy raid, yes. I don't need to check those. Flanders lost yet. Spain. Workers' right, Spain. Yeah, I thought, you know, this would probably happen. We have exempted you, but we're still going to face problems. I need to repair as many of these things as possible. Engineer school. Yeah. That's what we're spending most of our money on right now, but I do need to be replenishing armies at the same time. Which, unfortunately, I can't do both. We have the Leeward Islands now, though, which is good. And our income is doing rather well. And I'm not going to replenish you this turn because there's probably guys that need my attention in Europe. New town emerges. Malwa. I'm not going to build a new one here. Hindustan is getting pissed. They are. Resistance to foreign occupation. It's slowly getting lower, which is good. Slowly. And candy at Ceylon. Well, we'll sort you all out next turn, but right now my money needs to be spent in Europe. Don't know why this army felt the need to pull back as such. France pushed forward with a really strong army here. Not a huge amount of infantry. Only 10 of them are infantry, one of them being light. The rest being cannon and cav. And they're sending up more forces here. So I can swoop into the Rhineland if I want. That force that I was going for is pulled over here. I could chase them, or I could go for Strasbourg with them. I'm going to choose to go to Strasbourg. Oh, okay, they've got all their friends back here. Crap, that's not going to work at all, is it? No. Well, I'm going to retreat from there. That is suicidal. Should have set my rake in first. Well, I obviously want to try and get peace with you, because obviously that's going to cause me a lot of problems, and I'm not going to be able to finish off France. So... No, how angry are you? Whoa, incredibly angry because I dishonored my treaties. Okay. Technology, I see. No, you're well versed in all in all things. How about I give you... Which one of these gives me, like, nothing? Let's give you... What if I gave you the Leeward Islands, even though they're pretty decent? What if I gave you the Leeward Islands? No, okay. Well, that's not a good thing. That's a little bit of a setback. To try and deal with all of Württemberg's forces. Obviously, they only have one place, but that does cause a lot of problems for me. Dang it. Well, we can push up towards the Rhineland with this army instead. This army could well choose that this is the point to attack from Paris, but actually that army should be able to hold on its own. We could, with this army though, nip on in and take Brussels back. No, we can't. Oh, yes we can. Yes, we can. I forget the AI sometimes does that. But now we've got this army here. Repair it would be a lot of money, which I don't really have. Let's replenish these guys if we can. Replenish all these guys if we can. We're just going to keep them attacking there. And if France wants, I don't think they've got enough room to actually come and attack me at Paris, which is good. We should be okay. Should be okay. Big old navy here. Let's get them to attack. Just hold up France here for now. Can't pull out of Spain anytime soon because everyone's really pissed off.
How may I be of service?
And these guys are pulled up here towards my naval hospital.
Your lordship.
Keep an eye on them. Lisbon, thankfully, is rather happy with us, but I don't know how much of that is down to, obviously, military presence. Okay, so if I move on out, they're not going to be too spiffing about the whole thing. But we can move. We can, and we probably should. If I exempt them from taxes for a few turns, we're going to be okay. So let's bring this army up, because we may well need these guys up in France sooner than I had thought. Gibraltar is locked down, does not need any more troops, but once you guys are replenished, we're going to take them out at the port, and then we can push on Spain along the coast. That's what we're doing there. Let's get back to the Americas and just see about our little conquests over here. That does all need repairing, which I said I would do, but I don't have enough money to do that just yet. This army needs replenishing as well. We've taken Panama. Looks like Spain's sending some forces down to us. That's okay. And why did we not take this one here? I thought we had... Oh no, we did take it. Good. We've taken Florida. Let's repair them. France has a force here. I was hoping we could push up towards Georgia, face less resistance, but unfortunately, no. Well, we can actually. We can, in fact. We're going to push up here. Lost a lot more than I really should do against. See, that's why Order Resolve, I find, is just screwed in this game. But we're going to attack them here. We'll demand a surrender. They're not going to refuse. So we'll keep them besieged for a turn. We can actually attack these guys though, so we're just going to siege them out for a turn. They've only got 2 turns, so actually we'll just keep it there, because Florida, thankfully, is quite happy with us being back here, so that's a good thing. And for now, that is where I'm going to wrap it all up, because we're pretty much ready for another end turn. Well, let's end the turn, but obviously I will end this part when the first sign of danger, the first battle occurs. Are they going to attack me here? Yes, they are. Okay, so we get that battle for Paris early. This is going to be a good one, though. They are not outnumbering us by too much, and I don't mind that I let this army get behind me. This kind of does prompt the Battle of Paris slightly earlier, and if we take Paris, this will be a colossal blow to the French forces. And could well mean that I can push and break France a lot quicker, because I can just push in towards... I can take the Rhineland quite easily. It's just Strasbourg that's going to be the issue, but if I can take Paris, that might be a lot easier. So we shall see. But facing up against these guys, I've obviously got my Highlanders, my Highland Grenadiers, and the Black Watch, so this is very much an elite army that I'm sending against them. I've got Coldstream Guards too. So 2 units of those. But that'll be next time, guys. It'll be on Saturday, the 4th of January. So be sure to check that out. Sure to check out my vlog in the description if you have time. And I'm also doing a giveaway of Caesar in Gaul on the 3rd of January. So if you follow me on Twitter, look for my tweet about that, and I'll give you all the information about what you need to do. So as always, I hope you enjoyed. Please do remember to comment, rate, subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter for more Total War and Lionheart channel action. Hope you guys are having a good week so far in 2014. Ciao for now.